guys. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel. We are at the PRI Show. If you saw our little live video, kind of did a little deal just to give you guys a little bit of content while we were here. This video is going to be kind of some walking around of the show, and obviously we are in the TBM booth right now with Mullet. Every time we come by, there's been a bunch of people checking it out, and today is a little thin on Saturday, which kind of surprises me a little bit. I figured Saturday was going to be the biggest day, but it turns out Friday is the biggest day of this event. But for those of you that have not been to a PRI show or don't even know what the PRI show is, basically it's thousands of motorsports companies coming together to show their product off, meet the people that, you know, either you talk to them on the phone or to try and meet new people to do business with them. And it's just all kinds of different companies across all forms of motorsports. You know, we've got open wheel stuff, obviously we've got drag race, off-roading, like literally every kind of motorsports, even down to the trailer and RV and toter companies. So just, if you need it for your motorsports program, chances are it's probably here. So this video, we're just kind of gonna walk around a little bit, probably gonna put camera on my shoulder and walk through quite a bit of the stuff, do a little bit of a time lapse. Maybe I'll talk over it, maybe I'll do a little video, we'll see how it plays out in editing. But it's pretty exciting stuff for us. It's been a while since I've been to one of these, actually since it used to be in Orlando. And now we're in Indy, which is really a better location for it as far as the heart of racing, a lot of it at least. Like most of the open wheel teams are up here. All of the top fuel teams are probably within 20 miles of this building. So lots and lots of motorsports history and teams that are up here in this area. So it makes more sense to keep, you know, the event up here in Indiana. So let's get started with the video. Take you guys around the PRI show. All right, well, you guys all know Mullet and TBM brakes, which are certainly one of my favorite brakes to use. Used to be, I used a lot of Strange brakes, which is actually what we had on Mullet, and TBM stuff is just the next step better, I would say. Less drag, lighter weight, all the good stuff. So while you're here, please subscribe to the channel. I often forget to mention that, but want to mention that, and then, you know, thank all you guys for subscribing and following along and commenting and liking the videos. Appreciate all that. Definitely helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, we're gonna start walking around here, kind of give you an idea of what the show's all about. It's just the scale of what's going on here is intense. And I'm gonna strap the camera to my shoulder and walk you guys around the show. All right, so you guys might have seen in that time lapse, there's literally all kinds of stuff here. You know, from even people selling t-shirt production, stickers, seat belts, tie downs for your trailers, all the different cars and manufacturers and wheels, and it's an amazing amount of stuff that's here. And one of the things that we're interested in is obviously shop equipment, since we do so much in the shop. And we've got our eye on some new tools, possibly working with some new companies in the manufacturing side of things, for not really manufacturing for mass production, but stuff that'll help us out in the shop. Kind of been wanting a new plasma cutter, which we're talking with HTP about, but maybe at some point a CNC plasma table. I think that would be a great addition to the shop. And we can talk to the people, like right over here, we've got all the different dynos we can look at and see everything in person, see how they work. You know, get your hands on the equipment to see how you like the stuff, and watch it being demonstrated here right in front of your face. And like, this is a better show for us racers and motorsports people than the SEMA show. SEMA show is literally everything for a car. You know, your LED lights, your seatbelt covers, your everything. And a lot of the stuff you see on social media with SEMA, you know, it's the real popular stuff. But for this show, for motorsports people, this show is just heaven when it comes to all of the different things are here and all of the different people that are here to connect with. So I'm gonna walk you guys around for some more. See you back in a little bit. Here's kind of a interesting display that you don't get to see everywhere else when you're out, you know, working in the field. But they've taken an engine here and cut apart to see all the different parts and pieces of it, how everything kind of works together. I mean, just all kinds of awesome detail that you really wouldn't get to see anywhere else. Kind of see how the intake runner's laid out on one of these sprint car engines.
You know what I want?
Got a check valve right there. Even got the distributor cut open. And the oil tank here.
Nice.
So as you guys might imagine, I appreciate the heck out of this detail stuff. Like, even just looking at stuff you learn, and you can kind of put it in your pocket for maybe using on one of your own projects at a later date and time. I mean, obviously not a cutaway engine, but how different things are done, how brackets are done, how different panels are worked, and you know, even like, you know, mounting solution here for a small radiator. Like, I first got turned on to this plastic line stuff for different things, you know, at a PRI type show. Actually, the first time I ever welded or TIG welded was at the PRI show down in Orlando, and kind of just stuck with that ever since. And it excited me, and I kept learning how to do better at it, and it turned into a career opportunity for me. So I thought you guys might find that interesting, that, you know, literally the first time I ever TIG welded was at the PRI show. So probably do a little bit more walking around. And the first day we were here, we literally walked through every single aisle, kind of get the feel for where everything was and what the location, ow, and what the stuff was and how the layout was of everything. And then we went back and kind of made deeper contacts on day 2 and day 3. So all kinds of neat stuff you can see at a show like this. Alright guys, well I hope you liked the walk around of the PRI show. Might have gotten a small glimpse into the scale of this thing, but when I tell you it's huge, it's huge. Like, we intended to, you know, look at our phones and see what how far we had walked each day, just in the busyness of it, and then going out to eat afterwards with some people in the industry. kind of forget all that, and then it's just time to go to bed and then get back up for early seminars. And that's another thing I didn't mention. There's seminars to not only help you with your business, but to grow your business and informational products. Like I went to a seminar about engine bearings just because I want to learn more about engines. So all of that stuff, you can learn so much here. You can make a lot. All right, so my battery went dead there. I've been filming a lot today that you guys saw, but we've ended up in the WireCare booth here at the end of the day. And you guys might have seen us use some of their stuff in some of our other projects. We got some really nice harnesses and the ability to make all of these really great connections. And you know, you might not think about doing your wiring really nice, but to me, having this entire harness sealed off and just the professionalness, I don't know if that's a word or not, but just being able to make our wiring look very professional, not only look professional, but function, you know, without any issues. This is the company that's going to help us do that. So we've worked with them a little bit in the past, going to be doing some more work with them in the future. I'm very interested in putting a lot of these motorsport type connectors, say through the firewall on my car. Maybe one for the engine itself, one for the EGTs on each side of the engine, say one for the O2 sensor, just so they're very easy to service. Take the engine out of the car, you can just pop the whole harness loose with a quick turn, then your harness is loose. So it's not only is it making things look a lot nicer, we're going to be using some of their wiring products. I mean, they carry all kinds of wire, tools, all different, you know, coverings, whether it's heat shrink. We've got different looms here, and then we've got some different heat protective stuff, labeled heat shrink, like all kinds of different stuff that we're excited about doing just to improve our product or our builds to the next level. So give me just a second, we'll talk to somebody before we slide out of here. So I thought I'd introduce you guys to Steve here, who is owner of WireCare, correct?
No. I would be the general manager.
General manager, still very important. Okay.
Works for me.
So met up with Steve here. I've actually talked to him through some emails before on some other projects, and happy to be working with you guys some more in the future. So
absolutely looking forward to it.
It's going to be very cool. We got some neat projects coming up, and like I said, they've got some great stuff that we've used. I mean, you guys have seen how much I like using Deutsch connectors, and they're just one of the next step up, I feel like, in, you know, the connection, electrical connection process, and they carry a lot of them. Like,
it's a great connector, and I think you're gonna love it. So.
Yeah, and which I think I said in an earlier video, but they've got an assembler on the website.
On the website.
That's been the most helpful for me, because if you look at this stuff, you know, you got this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, but then you also have your pins.
Exactly. So the
every
pins
piece
itself, all of it.
has a different part number. So they did the smart thing. So if you need this connector, they put it all together for you. So then you click how many of the complete connectors that you want, put it in your cart, buy it, bring it home, or they'll ship it to you. So,
and we're there to help. So let us know if you have any questions, and we'll give you the answers.
Good deal. Good deal.
Thank you so much.
We'll be seeing more of this stuff in the very near future. All right, everybody. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Appreciate everybody following along with this one. I know it's a little different than our normal stuff, but kind of wanted to bring you a little bit of the action here at the show. And we're wrapping this thing up and getting ourselves back to Florida, where the weather is a lot warmer. It was like Florida weather up here this morning, like 62 at 7 o'clock in the morning. Right now at 4:30, it is like 32 and blowing 20 plus miles an hour, which is even magnified even more between the buildings. We're all frozen. Like, I'm surprised. I see Tad back there. I'm surprised he's not like, cold. You know, it was cold. There's Tom. Hi, Tom. Say hi, Tom. See you in February. So getting ready for Sick Week with Tom Bailey, which is who that was. But gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. See you guys next time.